strategically done, and we have already seen it happen in other countries, but I'm not getting the message to the target audience. So if you see this comment, say something, do anything, so we can protect our own. Now, I have made multiple videos about Indiana and how they have become the center for ICE, as well as the center for a lot of trials that they want to do globally. I have made it painfully aware of the different legislation that is being passed that can potentially harm the Black community, that is aimed directly at our community. And as someone who lives in a predominantly Black area, one of the only predominantly Black areas in Indiana, I want you to know Palantir billboards have been popping up. A few months ago, I warned you about how they are using Indiana as a center for ICE and that they are gearing up and planning something over the summer, and it has nothing to do with Hispanics. I also read to you the piece of legislation that was passed and how they have been strategically removing Black people from institutions in Indiana as well as other locations. But the over-policing of Black people in my community especially has reached an entirely new level, and we've already seen this happen, and Joe Rogan just brought it up on his podcast. 2 days ago, Palantir billboards popped up in my community, and Palantir billboards also popped up in 2 other predominantly Black areas across the country, and I'm going to prove it to you. And Palantir billboards popping up in this specific community in which I live that is majority Black doesn't make any sense because it's a very underdeveloped city. Like, the city is damn near eroding. Now, these billboards displayed Palantir, and they said America's future. These billboards were also implemented in 2 locations in Ohio as well as Pennsylvania. They were put in Cleveland, which is predominantly Black, as well as Youngstown and Braddock and Wheeling, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. All of these communities are at least 80% Black and considered underdeveloped or eroding. Right after the Palantir billboards popped up in my community, I kid you not, they have started implementing drones. These drones are used as surveillance, and they are going around surveillancing Black neighborhoods with drones and also issuing tickets for any infraction on the road. Literally, it's getting creepy. I don't know if you just saw the Theo Von podcast with Joe Rogan talking about how Palantir was used in that one place to help facilitate the mass you-know-what aside, and how they used surveillance, and some of the fire was coming from down, not what we thought. Peter Thiel has talked about his surveillance state and how he's felt about the Black community. But what I don't think people understand is what they're using and going to test on us. And it's getting closer and closer, and I see it in my own fucking community. For Palantir billboards to pop up, and then right after we have drones flying over our fucking city, issuing tickets. And we have the over-policing and gentrification of an area because police officers from every jurisdiction have only been in this area, in my neighborhood and community. Multiple jurisdictions and counties are patrolling this area to the point you can't turn a corner without someone being on the corner. Indiana has forced compliance with ICE. They are using Indiana as a training ground and have stated so for ICE agents. I know for a fact Black communities, the deployment of Palantir in them is not a fucking coincidence, and I am seeing it firsthand, and I need y'all to wake up. I know we're resting, but we can't be blind. While we're sitting on our asses, they're pulling shit right in front of us and no one's listening. I can't say too much, but I have to take a break from distraction and get back to fucking reality. If there was ever a time to come together, I'm 100% certain just from looking out my window, it's fucking now. I need the Black community.
Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. This your Akim Israel Azil, back with another quick lesson. And you can tell by the over the topic, it's about what? This devil and his plans for the northern and southern kingdom. And as this perceived to be, I'm gonna say young Jake, female, explaining that these ICE agents or this ICE unit organization is not set up where she's currently living at, which I think she said the state of Indiana. It's not just targeting immigrants or what they want to call illegals, man. They're set up these facilities and these agencies are unifying. Unifying in efforts to what? Make predominant areas where so-called black people live a police state, through what their technology and what she said Palantir. So I looked up quick what Palantir means or what Palantir is. It says Palantir is an American technology company that develops data integration and analytics software for government, military, and commercial clients. So it's a technology that gathers intel, man, on people and etc. to funnel back to governments, military, commercial clients, whoever can front the bill, pretty much, Salakia. But it's not Salakia. These ICE agents is not what a lot of these people or this the way the tactics these ICE agents are doing is not primarily or only targeting so-called illegals. Basically, they was trying to target, or actually mainly targeting what you want to say, Spanish people, you know what I'm saying, or Mexican people, whatever you want to call it. Basically, the Northern Kingdom, man, But it's meant to target all of Israel, Northern and Southern Kingdom. And this prime example, this lady right here, and they're using Indiana as a testing ground, man. And they went out and pretty much, from what this female is saying, they're publicly telling you this information, man. So what this devil is preparing for is what? He know what state he's in, he know what condition he's in, and he's gonna try his best ultimately to upset prophecy. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go into the book. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Salakia, yeah. I'm gonna go into the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive, held them fast. They refused to let them go." And that goes to what? That perpetual hatred that this devil has for Israel, man. So these tactics that they're using is just a transition. Not really a transition, but it's a tactic being used not just to target the so-called Latino community or the Spanish community. It's a tactic. It's being used to target you Jakes too. And they're using their technology, Palantir. She said that they're patrolling the streets with drones, ticketing people. And they said this is that community is 80% black, and it's a more or less underdeveloped community, man. So they up here putting a financial strain on people, meaning that they ain't got no money. It's an underdeveloped community, consists of so-called Negroes, put it like that, and they ain't got no money. So that's putting a more financial strain on you. That means that this devil don't care, man. He don't care, and basically they're using this tactic to make you this excuse of we have a illegal problem. Now they constructed or created this ICE organization to target that. But basically, it's just so you can get familiar and used to these tactics being used on people, like they just rolling up on you, or questioning you without no documentation, kidnapping you, and people like that's the new norm now. So that's what they're trying to have you people, pretty much get used to. So they're doing it to these, the Latin, Spanish communities, and then they're gonna start doing it to you Jakes, and you won't get so familiar with it, like it's gonna be the new norm, And other so-called Jakes, because these niggas, man, she try to say unity. There's no unity with these niggas, man. She talking about if there's no better time for unification, it's then now. There's no unity. There's no gonna be unity. And matter of fact, I saw videos months back. There was a Spanish lady talking about that. She was like, "Yeah, they doing that to us, but eventually they're gonna be doing that to you." Which we knew through the spirit. What they were saying, what this Spanish lady was saying, is true, man. Cause we already know this nigga, this damn these Edomites tactics. But these niggas around here, man, they think this Joker's a friend of theirs, man. They think, oh, the Edomites are in the best interest of us as a whole. It's just that they're weeding out the bad seeds or whatever you want to call it. No, man, this devil got a perpetual hatred for Israel, man. Let's read Jeremiah 15:33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah," meaning children of Israel, northern kingdom, children of Judah, southern kingdom, "were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go." So this devil, man, he's not giving up, man. This devil got to perpetuate these devils, meaning this nation of Edomites, led by these predominant families of the Edomite society that runs the world. They don't have. I mean, they have a perpetual hatred for Israel, man. And mainly these Edomites that run the world. They know who they are, man. They know who we are. That's why they're doing the tactics that they're doing. And this whole world is going to eventually be in a state of chaos, man. And I'm gonna go into let's go into the book of Isaiah 14. I'm starting at 16. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly." Let me see if I should go up. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 14:13. It says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." What? The north over here, North America, man. So this devil has exalted himself like he's the Most High, man. That's why he's using this technology, all knowing, all seeing, through this brain reading technology, which is a form of torment. This devil has managed to weaponize everything, and that's what he is, man. He's the and that's what the Lord blessed this devil with, the sword, man. So he's managed to weaponize everything: water, food, the air, your clothing. Everything is pretty much used to as a weapon against you, man. Cause he's the devil. He's anti-Mashiach. He's Satan, man. "I would ascend above the heights of the clouds. I would be like the Most High." That's what this devil feels in his heart, which is his mind. That he would be like the Most High, all knowing, all seeing. No one can do anything unless I give them the say so. That's the mentality with these devils around the world, man. That's why these world conflicts are going on as of today, based on this devil's pursuit of world domination, man. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Meaning that what? Drop bombs, these Hiroshima, Nagasaki, these atomic bombs, that what he doing right now, dropping bombs on these other countries over there in the Middle East, this conflict that he's even in the soils of America. They bomb these so-called black communities over here, man. Made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms. Yeah, that's what this devil has been doing, man. This is what the precept is talking about. This devil, Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, dropping bombs, destroying these cities, that opened not the house of his prisoners, meaning the northern and southern kingdom, man. This devil is not opening up his house, man. He's finding different ways to keep you locked up or locked away, man, by his technology, Palantir, etc. But nonetheless, these tactics that they're using through ICE is going to transition to pretty much Jake and ultimately everyone, everyone they feel undesirable or who you want to say resists their new world order, man, because that's what we're heading into, man. They're trying to orchestrate their enterprise, man, which is the NWO, man. So what this Jake female is saying is true, man. And speaking first and foremost from the elders, the teachers on down, man, we've been prophesying this for years. The elders, decades, other brothers, years, man, months. Up until what? This last time, these last hours, man. These last days that we're living in, man. So we know the mentality of this devil because, for one, he can't escape prophecy. We know these things will and shall come to pass because what? Not because we said, because the Almighty said, man. Yahweh Shah said. And they think we're the ones dictating these devils' move. Now, Yahweh Shah is dictating these devils' move, and we just analyzing it. We're more or less like you. We're filtering, that's a better word, we're filtering it through the scriptures, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah. And I'm in and off there, man. Lord willing, the body was edified. Till next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Wakak Wadash. Again, this your Akim and Drillazil. Lord willing, I'll be back with another lesson. Till next time, Shalom, Barakatham, and the Baba Shalom.